It might seem cliche to claim that the other side politically is okay with your children starving, but in this case, I'm gonna have to ask you to weigh the evidence. 15 Republican-controlled states have declined to participate in the $2.5 billion summer EBT program. Basically funds that were gonna be made available so that kids would be able to eat. And we'll break down how that would actually function. But if you are in one of these states, Oklahoma, Alabama, Alaska, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Iowa, Louisiana, Mississippi, Nebraska, South Carolina, South Dakota, Texas, Vermont, and Wyoming, just know that your states decided that free money that would make it so kids could eat, nah, we don't want that. Keep that money, we don't need it. It's absurd, but it's happening in a significant chunk of the country. So 21 million children in 35 states are expected that they will be fed by this program, set to launch this year, providing low-income parents with benefits to purchase food for their kids. And so if you're in one of those states that does accept the federal funds, families with incomes below the poverty level who already receive free or reduced price lunches during the school year will be provided with $120 per child or $40 each summer month to purchase food at grocery stores or other retailers. And you would think, well, if you're just rejecting a big chunk of money that the federal government is giving you to feed those with the least in your state, you have to have a good reason, right? Well, maybe they do, but for most of these states, we don't know because they're not providing any reason. They're just rejecting in silence this money that could help people. And I understand what the Republicans of those states would say. We don't want this going to those sorts of people, and we know exactly who they're thinking of. But bear in mind, in a lot of these states, it is poor conservatives' kids who would be benefiting from this. There are a ton of lily white conservatives that would be benefiting from this money, and they will not because of the Republicans who they unwisely put in charge of their state. And so through a combination of classism and racism, there are a lot of conservative kids who are gonna be needlessly going hungry thanks to Republican governance. Jordan, what are your thoughts?
It's unsurprising. It feels like a cliche, like kind of a lazy criticism of the GOP, but that's what they've become now. So they have a disdain for the poor, the working class, and unfortunately, kids are now caught in the crossfire.
100%. I hope that those kids can in some way learn exactly why it is that they're going hungry, what could be done to help it. And by the way, thank you to those who set up this actual program, those who cared about government enough and bureaucracy enough to actually set it up and fund it. But Jesus, it's insane what's going on in so many states. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.